Hi, Joy and Irene. Welcome to my place, and we're going to continue with another interview, and this time with the two of you, which is what I wanted.
It's fun. Thank you for inviting us over.
Thank you.
Yeah. So it's Joy Gilfilen running for Sheriff of Whatcom County, yay, and Irene Morgan, who's been working hard along with Joy, and before meeting Joy was working hard on lots of things, and they will explain. So what got your attention and started you guys working on mass incarceration as a local problem?
Well, I could start because I'd like to say thank you very much for letting us be here. And I truly want to acknowledge Irene Morgan. She's a great grandmother, but she
They
started
all say that.
Okay. But she started out in alternative health and farming and all this stuff, and one day I ran into her at a meeting that she was hosting that I thought was about business, and it turned out that it was about recovery of people after incarceration. Irene, why don't you talk about why you founded the Restorative Community Coalition?
I've always known that prison didn't work. There are certain things, there are certain rules with nature, and torturing people and putting people in cages and locking them up for years and years doesn't work, never has. And so I started the Reentry Coalition, Whatcom County Reentry Coalition, in 2006. I knew that there was a better way. I'm a therapist and a counselor, and I know that when people do things, there's a reason. And usually, if people hurt someone, they've usually been hurt as a child, and they take that into as a teenage and adulthood with them. And when we heal that hurt, you heal the whole person. They may be guilty of something, but not guilty of what they have been forced to agree to so they could actually get out of jail with a felony that's going to cause them problems the rest of their lives.
So in other words, you're talking about the fact that because of the way the system is set up, if people get in trouble, whether guilty or not, the system is such that they invariably have to plead out, and they get convicted by almost pressure, as opposed, in other words, it's not innocent until proven guilty anymore. And that's what I think we've really discovered over the last 9 years of, I started working with Irene in 2010. You just presume that everything later in life is the same as what you were taught when you were young. And the belief that I had from 45 years ago, back in the 70s, that we all believed in patriotism and freedom, and that the language and the definition of those words were the same as today. And what I've learned is they're not.
At least 50% of the people that are housed in our Whatcom Community Jail are nonviolent.
Yeah, they're low level.
They're low level. So let's help these folks become functional citizens. Thank goodness that's what's happened with our community. We have the Incarceration Prevention and Reduction Task Force that's actually looking into these things. And the city of Bellingham and Lummi Nation has done an extreme job of taking a lot of those people out of our jail, which in turn has lessened the numbers, has brought the numbers down in the jail, so we don't need that new jail. Over the years, I realized that the system works for the system. And when they arrest someone, it is absolutely their intent, from my perspective, what I have seen with all the people I have worked with, and it's hundreds and hundreds of people that I've worked with through the courts and through the writing to people in prison. That's probably thousands of letters, and finding out what happened to them. And yeah, some people are going to lie to you, but not everyone in prison is a bad person. Not everyone in jail is a bad person. And when you understand how the courts work, when you understand how the arrest process works, and when you understand what happens in prison, so that people get longer and longer and longer sentences because of their, what's the word they use? Their sanctions. It's just a money game. And most people have no reason to even want to know what's going on.
Yeah, the point is that we've discovered that there's a huge different conversation post-arrest and pre-arrest.
Yep.
Prevention is in fact what we need to be doing, and when we started to do prevention even post-arrest, that's what we found made such a difference, and the city of Bellingham started taking people out because they were having difficulty. So I'm going to introduce a new concept here. Counties and cities are corporations. In order for them to operate together, the cities are codependent on the county jail to hold incarcerants for them. So it creates a business-to-business negotiated contract deal. And as we started working on things, we went, oh my God, these guys are business people. The county of Whatcom is a corporation. Each municipality is a corporation. Each tribal entity is a corporation. And they have a responsibility as corporations to keep each other in business.
The prison industrial complex and the jail industrial complex had absolutely taken over and was pretty much bilking the American public.
Was destroying free enterprise, and I've been looking for the problem. And when she said it, I just went, God, that's the answer. That is what's killing our economy, and that's what's hurting us on so many levels. And I had never seen it before, had no idea. The business world has flipped our economy upside down, and instead of promoting freedom, we're using freedom as a tool to take freedom away from people so that we can punish them for the purpose of extracting money so that we can run an entire government economy. That's upside down, and that's just flat wrong. And when I saw it, I just went, my God, Irene, I gotta help you.